Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 23 of Shattered Image, and this one is titled The Madness Sets In. Was this guy even real? What was wrong with him? How come he didn't just walk away or abandon you, even though he had plenty of reasons to? For the first time, you actually wanted to hug someone, to tell them that you appreciated them. But you couldn't do that. That was such a soft move. So you did the next best thing that you could think of. Weirdo, you said. Why are you like this? Huh? Sero asked with surprise. He had kind of been expecting something a little different than being called a weirdo. Most people in this situation would say a simple thank you, but this was you we were talking about, right? You never acted the way most people would. He studied your face keenly for a second, trying to get a reading on your emotions and noting the slight glisten of tears in your eyes. Are you okay? He asked, tilting his head questioningly to the side. You're tearing up. Shut up! No, I'm not, you idiot! Don't say stupid stuff, you said, quickly wiping your eyes and then looking away. Your weirdness fumes made me tear up. He huffed with amusement and then looked away. Okay, well, do you want me to stay here, or do you want to sleep, because it's getting late? He said with a yawn. Are you projecting? You quipped at him with a smug look on your face. Don't you mean that you really want to sleep? Well, I do, I'm not going to lie, he said with a chuckle, but I wanted to make sure that you're actually okay first. Why do you even care so much? You blurted out. I don't get you. I'm too tired to fight, he said as he looked at you with heavy eyelids. You're my friend, and that's it. I care about you. His comment made your heart skip a beat, so you just shut your mouth and looked away. Okay, fine. Well, yeah, let's sleep then. Are you gonna go home? You asked him, a small amount of worry creeping into your voice without you knowing. No, I'll sleep in the waiting room, he replied as he stood up. Can you sleep here? You asked quickly, sitting up a little more and going to reach out for him, but then quickly pulling your arm back so you didn't look too desperate. In the room? He asked, looking at you. I don't know if they'll let me, but I'll ask. I don't know, just say you're like my relative or something, you mumbled. Don't say boyfriend because they'll think we're going to do something, you added quickly, and then sucked a quick breath in. Why had you said boyfriend? What? No, you'd never thought of him as a boyfriend, had you? Why did that suddenly come out of your mouth? What was going on in your subconscious there? Yeah, they might, hey, he replied calmly, and you let out the breath that you had sucked in sharply. Wait, he didn't even flinch at that? You thought? I'll ask, he said, turning to walk over and down the small corridor and then knocked on the door at the end. The lady who had let him in there was on the other side and unlocked the door immediately, and he poked his head out. Hi, Yin has asked if I could stay in here with her tonight, Sero said, but I guess that goes against policy. It does, the lady said. She is to be in isolation, but you can stay in the guest suite. It might be a good idea for you to stay nearby. She calms quickly with you. Okay, I'll tell her, he said with a small smile. Thank you. He then closed the door behind himself and went back to where you were waiting in the bed. She said I can't stay in here, but they're letting me stay in the guest suite, so if you need anything, I'm not far away, he said with a smile. Okay, you said, your mind still going over the fact that you had said something about him being your boyfriend and he hadn't even reacted to it. Does that mean he's okay with being my boyfriend? Or, you wondered. I'll let you sleep now, he said, and I'll be close by, okay? I'll see you tomorrow, promise. Cross my heart and give you the key, he said as he drew a line with his finger across his chest and then crossed it back the other way and then held his hand out in a fist, and you looked at it, then up at him. This isn't that lame-ass key thing again, is it? You asked him. Just put your hand underneath, he said. You did so, and he opened his fist to let the invisible key drop into your hand, and you pulled a face and then tried to punch him, but you couldn't reach, and he jumped back with a laugh. Hey now, don't be violent, he chuckled. Stupid head, you replied playfully. Go to sleep and rest that one brain cell. It's worked overtime today, you teased. He grinned at you and then turned to go. I won't be far, he said as he left from around the corner and headed for the locked door. The lady was still there and let him out, and then locked the door again behind him and showed him off to the guest suite for the rest of the night. That night was a long night for you, Sero, and Aizawa, who was up to his eyeballs in following up sessions with those that you had attacked, as well as filing paperwork on the matter and working out what to do with you. Your parents had been notified of you being found and that you were okay, but you were being held overnight in the hospital in the mental health ward, and your mum's heart sank. What did she do? She asked numbly into the phone while talking to Aizawa. She got into a fight, it seems, and went overboard. Aizawa said, she will be monitored and will go through testing again. He added, your mum was so choked up that she couldn't reply and just nodded instead. When can we see her? She finally asked in a wobbly voice. Tomorrow, Aizawa replied. Your mum nodded again. Okay, she said softly, trying to hold it all together. Thank you. They said their goodbyes and hung up, and then your mum turned to your dad. Yin is in hospital, she said numbly. What happened? Your dad asked quickly. She got into a fight. She's in the mental health ward for assessment, your mum said. Again? Your dad replied sharply. She didn't quirk them and stab them like she did before, did she? Your mum flopped her face into her hands and started sobbing. I don't know, she sobbed. I don't know. Oh, what's happening to our baby? She never used to be like this. Your dad stepped forwards and wrapped his arms around your mum's sobbing form and pursed his lips together. Oh, it's this damn quirk, he hissed lowly. Why? Your mum sobbed, having heard him speak. What do you mean? It's the quirk. You always say that, but I don't know what you mean. Isn't your quirk being able to make a mirror maze? People get to go inside it? Don't they have mirror mazes at fun parks? I don't understand. Why is our yin hurting people? That's not her quirk. Your mum sobbed. Your dad clenched his teeth together and shook his head slightly. She wouldn't understand. She's never had a quirk. She's never had this quirk. This quirk has a madness that cannot be controlled. If you use the quirk, the madness comes in. The more you use the quirk, the more the madness takes over until you lose control and kill everyone around you and then yourself. That's why I don't talk about it. He thought as he stood there holding your mum. Yin needs to stop using her quirk, but she can't know about the madness. I can't tell her. I can't let her know who our family truly are. It would ruin everything. I've worked so hard to keep it all hidden. She's making this so difficult, he thought with guilt, anger and regret. You had a fitful sleep that night and woke feeling terrible, but this was a common feeling for you. You knew it was a side effect from using your quirk. The more often you used it, the worse you felt the next day, but at least that gnawing, malicious intent feeling had gone from the pit of your being. That was nice, you guessed. Upon waking up, a lady came into the room to have a talk with you. She asked if you remembered what had happened last night, and you said you did, and then apologised and said that you were sorry, and she nodded and left the room. Okay, that was easy, you thought as you lay your head back against the pillow and rested. As soon as you had rested back, you heard the door to your room click open, and you smiled to yourself. Is this Sero? You wondered. You lifted your head, waiting for him to come around the corner, but instead of hearing only one set of footsteps, you heard two. Is Sero with someone else? You wondered. As you watched, your parents stepped around the corner, and your face fell. What are you doing here? You asked coldly. Oh dear, I think the next chapter is going to be a little bit tense. Stay tuned for chapter 24 coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.